Hello and welcome back to Chasing Trophies. The moment we were waiting for, it is confirmed that India-Pakistan will be on, February 15th, 2026. They will be playing the group stage match. Pakistan have withdrawn their boycott and they are ready to play. A lot of drama for nothing maybe, but Faiz joining us as well. This could be expected, could not be expected, but at least we have a game on our hands now.
Yeah, I mean, clarity थोड़ी बहुत आई है फिल वक्त. There are a lot of demands and stipulations जो हुए थे during the meetings what's come out recently. But अभी जैसे हम ये video record कर रहे थे, half an hour ago, the statement from the government of Pakistan has sort of given us hopes, a little bit of a confirmation that, after a lot of discussion with the ICC, neighboring countries, cricket boards and their presidents, they have come to an understanding and finally that the match is on. So good for the cricket fans. Now, obviously, there are a few things that we don't understand as to why this thing began. We know why it began, but like why do it in the middle of a tournament or just before a tournament? And after all, your stipulation were also regarding finances. The boycotting never makes sense when you're talking about money.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that this decision is taken so late, and the earlier decision was taken like 2 weeks ago, and a lot of people probably canceled their hotels because we got a lot of people telling us that we had to cancel our flight and this and that to Colombo. And now some people might rebook, they might not, but a lot of money was wasted for fans, and this is what you don't like, right? Because the fans should be the priority. And if you're saying like 2 weeks ago that we're not going to play, and they're official about it, and a lot of people are saying, yeah, they might not play, because not everybody can just sit there confidently and say the match will happen by hook or by crook. I know that we said it, you said it in particular, I've also said it, ki match hona chahiye and it'll happen, but still there is that doubt, right? And if you're putting money on the line, if you're booking hotels, if you're booking flights, you can't be that sure. So it's unfortunate that like just a week before of the match, or like 6 days before the game, now you're saying they're going to play, so people might have to rebook, or those guys who cancelled can't go again. So it's very sad that way.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? And that is where the question is, okay, everything, what was this for? If you look at the stipulation, Mustafa Bhai, it will more revenue from ICC. They want bilaterals with India and Bangladesh, triangular series, and they wanted to request that Bangladesh pe koi charges nahi ho and stuff like that. And I think there's one more stipulation that I'm missing out on. But then when it was all about money, then this is the biggest money spinner in the cricketing industry, right? Like India versus Pakistan, unofficially, officially numbers, jo bhi aap lo bhi, just an average guy you ask by in some Timbuktu country, he will say India, Pakistan, right? He won't know anything else. So if that was to begin, then why did you start all of this? Handshake का protocol भी एक था उनका stipulation. So ठीक है भाई, अब हम लोग को तो cricket चाहिए ना. We're not looking into all of these details. You want the money. So you could have probably proposed this in a better way, in a more diplomatic way, in a better way. But yes, ego got the better of you. Probably ego got better of you, and you wanted to highlight these things in a different way ताकि आपकी जो ना खुशी है वो ज्यादा बयान होके आ जाए. And at the end of the day, आपके ऊपर as a board and as a country, the reputation थोड़ा takes a halt. I know you don't, maybe they're not looking at that way, just wanted to get their word out, but they probably ended up not knowing what they were doing subconsciously maybe.
Yeah, and it's not like, they've gotten Bangladesh back into the tournament. It's not like they've gotten that handshake rule as of yet, like, that they have to handshake. They haven't got the bilateral thing as well. There's a lot of things they didn't get from this. It's just that Bangladesh are not going to be sanctioned. They're not going to be penalized for, withdrawing from the World Cup. That's the only thing. And now if they're going to say that is what we wanted, then TK, but like I don't think that's the only thing they wanted. So if they haven't achieved at least 2-3 things of the 5 things that they wanted, it looks kind of like, why did we do all this? And the Prime Minister made a statement twice, and now it's not a good look on him. For us, it doesn't really matter. We just want the game. We don't care what you do. But for the country, the nation, you've told them that we're not going to play twice, and then now you're going to play. So that's also like making a U-turn like that. Now people won't take you seriously when you come to the table and you threaten, right? Because it's kind of empty-handed. And if you say that, like, you have to say something that we've won something. Now they'll say that we got Bangladesh what they wanted, but technically you haven't, because Bangladesh is still not in the World Cup.
Yeah, that's what it is. And you're fighting, like you said, for someone who had an opportunity to come in the tournament. See, I understand the side argument, Bangladesh ko aap India bula rahe, whatever. I understand those things. But just through the opportunity for Bangladesh, they should have been self-sufficient. They shouldn't rely on a Pakistani cricket board who have no idea what they're only doing themselves. So, as Bangladesh, if you had the opportunity, you could have played it out and probably raised your queries. And so the whole thing is how you put up a problem, right? You're putting up a problem in a way by throwing a fit against the boarding, governing board, that is the ICC. So obviously, they're not going to listen to you if you're going to throw a fit in an unprofessional manner. If you were the Bangladesh cricket board, if I was the Bangladesh cricket board, I'd probably say कि ठीक है हम participate करेंगे. But these are the things that I want to bring in your purview. कि भाई I'm not happy with what things are happening between the BCB, the BCCI if involved, and the ICC. We would like to raise these things. The council, I know it's not as easy and stuff. We know that there is power everywhere, the power shift and stuff. But at least it wouldn't look like this. For Pakistan, they raised it in such a way that, like you mentioned, the country prime minister going and saying, "भाई नहीं खेलेंगे, नहीं करेंगे, वो करेंगे." But now it's all going to fall flat on your face, and that brings to us to question that कभी कभी ego भी बहुत होशियारी से आप you have to utilize it, and in this situation it just looks like ठीक है ऐसा भी नहीं कि भाई Bangladesh I don't know if they were ever going to get sanctioned or not. Did Pakistan actually get him that money? We don't know. We'll never know. Like the ICC probably never was going to let their money get stolen from them in a way because they're not hosting the World Cup, because that happened due to certain circumstances, right? And that was nothing that Bangladesh did themselves, the cricket board at least. So there are a lot of questions as to how people are approaching any problem, plus how the governing council is also handling that problem. But the biggest thing here as a cricket fan, purely as a cricket fan, so for us is that the cricket is on. Now, what they do with the money, how they do money, we could care less. But what we focus on is the cricket, and at least that is what is happening right now.
And we can discuss the matchups and the actual game itself, and we can do proper previews, which we had to delay because of this situation.
And there's more firepower, bro. Like now there's much more at stake, right? Like आप रुकवा दिए, आप हमारे को वो कर दिए. Now Salman Agha, those guys will be fired up. Surya Kumar will be fired up. Maybe they shouldn't they won't probably take exactly like the whole political stance on it. But even what happened in Asia Cup, they'll take that. They'll take the dialogues exchange in this whole thing. Like they will take that emotion going into an India-Pakistan game, and this I'm pretty sure it's going to be marketed, advertised more hardly, and will probably generate more revenue now, because of the recent developments and the discussions and everything. So now it's become a spectacle, right? Like the people who are boycotting are also going to have one eye on the TV just to know bhai kya ho raha hai.
And if that happens, like you said, if they make more money and stuff, then they're going to be put in the group more with each other. Like it's not gonna, like this is not going to stop, because I do agree with you that like paise to banenge isme, and like double bhi ban sakte, and there is going to be more drama in this. There's going to be
basically Mustafa bhai, this is reminding me of kyunki sath bhi kabhi bahut mein Tulsi 50 baar marti thi, lekin every time she returned, all our mothers used to look at it. It's going to be like that, because ye 50वीं बार हम देख रहे कि ये लोग नहीं खेलने वाले हैं. And
the only thing in this is that when unless India do it, but if Pakistan threatens another boycott, it's not gonna, no one's gonna take it seriously. So they can't play this angle anymore, which is actually good. So we don't have that kind of drama. Now, if India do something, it's a different thing, because India have never threatened a boycott. They've just done a handshake thing, and which has caused drama. So there could be other drama happening, but one thing I can guarantee you, that there will be more India-Pakistan games in the future. The people who said ki nahi hoga because of this, that could have been true if the match didn't happen. But now the match is happening. So the other things that people were planning, that play without them, put them in different groups, I think you'll have to wait for that, because there's a lot of money in this game.
ये ऐसा फिक्सचर है, और इसमें जो दो कंट्रीज है, ऐसा है कि भाई आप नैरेटिव बहुत आसानी से स्पिन कर सकते. You can be like, अरे यार आईसीसी को पैसा इससे ही मिलता है, या नहीं हम नेबरिंग कंट्रीज के बारे में सोच रहे हैं. जैसे आप पाकिस्तान का जो स्टेटमेंट है उसमें नेबरिंग कंट्रीज का है. इंडियन क्रिकेटिंग काउंसिल कैन बी लाइक, भाई हम अगर नहीं खेले तो 90% का रेवेन्यू नहीं आएगा. सो आप छेड़ के बाद चेंज कर ले सकते, ऐसी चीज है ये. तो बहुत अच्छा है. अगेन लाइक आई सेड, एज अ न्यूट्रल, एज क्रिकेट लवर्स, प्योरली not caring about how much money is made, yes, फायदा देखो, हम छोटे लोगों तक का भी होता है भाई कि मैच बिकेगा, लोग आएंगे, हमारा चैनल देखेंगे, मार्केट होगा. So जो cafes and multifold है भाई. It's not just to the cricket, but just as the cricketing background that we are just trying to put up front right now. It's that, bro, the match is happening. We're going to see some good cricketing rivalry on the field, hopefully. As much as respect, handshake, no handshake, that is what ultimately get decided. Again, we don't care about those things, but the cricket is on, and hopefully these kind of things are better handled in the future, and at least you can foresee it, कि भाई ये चीज अगर करने वाले. Now anything happens, please just be at ready कि हाँ भाई कुछ तो tantrum फेंकने वाले कोई तो भी.
Yeah, it's like that. But now it's not because the thing is, this felt like it was a bit more serious. But in the
Hmm.
end of the day, the U-turn has been made on, and
Hmm.
whatever it is, like next time, like we'll know that the game will happen like 100%. Because here there was some doubt. I wasn't 100% sure, and I don't think a lot of people were 100% sure. They say nahi khelenge, nahi khelenge. But at the end of the day, like it's a big game. It's going to happen, and we can focus on the cricket now. We can focus on the battles, and whatever happens on the pitch will happen on the pitch. We'll see. It was very fiery in the Asia Cup, so expect it
Yeah.
to be fiery in Colombo as well.
Yeah.
अब ये नहीं होना कि भाई हम मैच के लिए तैयार हो जाए, बारिश पड़ गई Colombo में. Because I've been there when the India Pakistan matches have been washed out in Palakkale in Colombo. एक बार तो मेरे को next day, I forgot to talk about this, but there was an India Pakistan game which I went to cover in Asia Cup, and एक दिन पूरा मैच हुआ आधा, फिर बारिश हो गई, मैच कैंसिल हो गया. The next time that happened, the broadcaster said there's too much money, so we had to go the next day and continue the game.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Virat Kohli scored 100, Raquel Rao scored 100.
Mhm.
So this game is very important, but ऐसा ना हो कि बारिश हो जाए मैच में, तो फिर बहुत प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा.
अब बारिश हुआ तो वही होगा कि भाई फिर आप फिर व्हाट सेमीफाइनल या ग्रुप स्टेज व्हाटएवर इट इज लाइक सुपर 8 में तो आई डोंट थिंक दे विल मीट ईच
They
अदर
will
इन
not
सुपर 8.
meet. No.
They won't meet, so then you have to
आपके
expect like
पैसे क्या होंगे, मतलब आपके नहीं ब्रॉडकास्टर
अब वो तो अब वही हो जाएगा गॉड्स प्लान, लाइक अब वही हो जाएगा गॉड्स प्लान, अब कुछ कर तो नहीं सकते
रिजर्व डे
उसमें.
नहीं रखेंगे ये मैच के लिए.
But at least it'll happen due to nature's call and not these kind of calls. Like, we
Yeah.
can't really do much on that.
Yeah. I just hope the game happens. We had a good close game. That's what we want to see in these kind of matches. But obviously, it will be spicy. There will be hostility, and it'll be fun though. Like hopefully you get to see
Yeah,
some quality.
for Pakistan, it'll be more important about tomorrow's game Mustafa, against the United States, or like today's game rather. How if they don't win that, then there's more pressure for them on that game.
Yes.
Whereas India have a better fixture with Namibia, probably their next game, right? So if they win, they get the 2 points, and there'll be a lesser pressure. But if Pakistan win against USA, which again I can't say it very strongly, but if they do, then it'll be interesting to see how they both will be almost secured in their mindset. The main agenda will be just win that game. Because that's where the emotions will lie. Or else if someone is lingering with points, then it'll get a little bit challenging.
Yeah. Also, if they both win tomorrow, whoever loses the India-Pakistan game will be under pressure to win the last game.
Yeah, that's
even
also...
though, like, I think India's is against Netherlands and Pakistan will be against Namibia. But there will be pressure, a bit of pressure, like for the last game. But having said that, do you think Pakistan players will be under pressure with all this drama that has, been going on?
Yeah, I think they will, because also with that Netherlands game was close, right? That already is on their heads. T20 for their biggest player Babar Azam is a bit of a challenge. Whereas T20 with India, if you look at them, they're experienced players. They handle these things in the past a bit more. They have a little bit more senior heads in their team who have dealt with this things in the past. They've been in more ICC events. If you look at the combined 11 of India versus the combined 11 of Pakistan, they're a little bit more experienced to handle these things. But yeah, it's all about who actually manages to control their emotions at the end, and who has a more sounder head, a calmer background, irrespective of what the other team is throwing at them. Don't get riled up and just focus purely on the cricket, and just then you see how the result comes out.
Yeah, I think that's what we can do now, and we'll get more content on that game. Now we'll talk about the actual cricket, hopefully in the coming few days. Yes, tomorrow we've got Pakistan, USA, then we've got India and Namibia on Thursday as well. So stay tuned to Chasing Trophies. We've got a lot of content. Please follow us on Instagram, Twitter, wherever you can, and but most importantly on YouTube, because that's where it'll help us. So please comment and like and everything. Thank you, Faiz. Thank you everybody for joining, and catch you guys soon.